Hello, welcome to my channel. The time now is 7:47 a.m. Saturday, July the 6th. My topic is today about history and science. And if you like what I say, comment and share and subscribe. Before I do anything else, I must give praises to the Most High, Many Machone, Waters Life. And now, what I'm getting ready to say, I've heard stuff like this before. I'm not trying to take away nothing from anybody because everybody have a right to live in their life. I don't judge nobody, but I see so many things. I wish there's some indigenous people out there would stand by what I'm saying because people today are trying to erase y'all from like history, trying to say y'all not the original people. And a lot of people don't know. I can get so deep with people, they would have to try to find answers on their own. Everybody in this world, in this United States, claim to be Indian. A lot of times they don't. They're not Indian. And I'm trying to say, even an African American lady agreed with me. She said black people was brought into this country as slaves, but a lot of them keep trying to say that they was already here. There's no, like I be hearing people on television, oh, the natives was original black, and that just somebody saying that. And as soon as a lady said most African American when they hear something, they run off, they run with it, and so like that because everybody think they're gonna get reparations. That's why everybody's claiming to be Indian, and white people do it more than anybody on this planet, and other people of color do it. And if I say something, people might get offended, but um, indigenous people like my mother's tribe, my mother told me, my mother come from a reservation out in the Midwest. My mother told me if something is not in the Bible, because people's minds are conditioned to only listen to the Bible. If something not in the Bible, um, they're gonna say it didn't happen. But they have storytellers. Like if I was a storyteller that lived like 800 years ago, I keep telling the story over and over and over. Then it passed on to the next generation after me. So what I'm trying to say, my mother told me that a lot of people don't know. When you ask a native where they from, they say from the sky people. That some tribes will say from beneath the earth. So they had people of with this ash. Then I forget the being's name. He created them to come up from what they was made out of. Then they went west, south, east, north, and they walked in different directions and their different language followed them. That's how they evolved. And so that's why when you hear people say where Indian come from, he said from here. And some tribes believe that the creator gave certain angels the ability to create other people. That's why when people ask indigenous people where they come from, they say from the sky. They have all these theories, and people go along with it. And because some people just go along with something that they hear. It's like when you see something on television when they be talking about Krishan Rock and Junior involving a baby and all this drama, but they want to make money, even though it is a social media. You don't have to slander a person name that they all diagnosing Junior like that everybody got a doctor degree. You ain't got no training in that. Somebody when he cry, he sounds like not like an ordinary baby. So you just assuming things that's not even true. That's how people do. When you hear something, they run off with it like I don't know. They just run off with certain things, and that's not true. So that's why when I tell people take heed of what I'm saying, a lot of things. People, and there's like another guy. Um, he kept saying that we was already here, and I spoke to a per. You had to get the from the horse's mouth. Y'all just get one side story. And there's like those people that try to pretend they journalists. They not journalists because they too goddamn nasty. They cuss people out, and they the most rudest ass people. And when they get what they want, they don't have to. I told you that FOIA request. That is a gimmick they got. That's a way for them to act like they got business. They ain't no business. They doing that because they want to get access to the building. And sometimes when a person tell them the building is private, sometimes it do be private. They won't. They don't even believe into that. Well, I seen one guy it was private, and they don't do no research. They just run with things. That's how people do. First thing they hear, they run with it. And I talked to a guy that's English. They used to work at the casino. He told me well, when his forefathers came here, he said they build ships. But they must. I guess the people think that they build a ship overnight. No, they didn't. The English people they were planning this attack a long time when they went into Africa. They had to have ships. And a lady he told me if they built one ship that hold like over 1,000 slaves or 2,000 slaves, it would take them probably like 8 to 9 years to build that ship. So in those years, they built about probably hundreds of ships because they find them all over the United States. I guess what these YouTubers think that they plant their ships there, those ships been there, so that proves that they came over here. And everybody, just like when I tell Puerto Ricans, Cubans, and and Dominicans and people like that, they all related. Even though if you live, even if you come from Puerto Rico, they they drop some slaves off Puerto Rico. They dropped them off in Dominican Republic and stuff like that. So y'all mixed people, but something don't want to hear. Like I know a lady told me she's Puerto Rican. I never dated a black person, and she heard that black man's is violent. I said, you talking about your own people because you have that in you too, and that's why I don't understand how people operate. It's like where I live at. The people not in this building don't much so much. The one next door, the Mexican stuff. For some reason, they don't like me. I don't bother anybody, and my wife get tired of me talking about it. But she said, I know she has a sensitive stomach, so I try to keep it, try to hold it together. But when for my karate discipline, I would have been hurt somebody months ago. These people act like I don't supposed to park in the back. And the front, even my neighbor living across the hall, she noticed that they got the front, parked so tight, they saved the spot for their friends. And they boxed me out. Sometimes I had to park 2 blocks away. I can't see my car. And because I got these expensive tires on my car, and I think they're doing that just to try to see somebody gonna steal my stuff. And that when I be in the back, I don't like parking in the back, which I know I could, but I can't. Sometimes I'll be asleep. When I go out in the morning, I find the new scratches on my car. They drill a hole inside of my car with an electric drill and stuff like that. They just and I'm trying not to snap because if I snap, I know I'm gonna hurt somebody. They come knocking on my window. Like, can you move your car? Stuff like that. But getting back to what I'm saying, that's how people are. People don't have no respect for one another or nothing. So that's why I'm doing this story right now. I hope other indigenous people follow me. Maybe some of them do. Everybody can. They trying to wipe out indigenous people existing. Try to say that they Chinese and a lot of Indians don't even have Chinese. But when I did my DNA and I don't have to pull it up to show y'all foul mouth wretches anything like people want to see proof. They're like, well, I know I could do martial art. I don't have to prove it to nobody because I know I could do it. And these people want proof. But when I got my DNA done, I'm like over 80% Indian and 1% African American blood. So that's nothing. They believe in that one drop rule. And like I tell people, I hear people say that even the most educated people from the '60s would say black. And my mother told me what that word black meant when I was a little boy, because I'd be 66 this year, this month, right here, July 27th, my birthday. In the 60s, I was like 7 or 8 years old. My mother told me we never, because my mother said we indigenous people of this land. My mother never said black. She would say colored or person of color. And because she said black means pale. I'm saying this again, I'm trying to put it in y'all heads. When I always say that black means pale, and it also means the absence of color. That's like when a teacher say to you, um, so and so here, or you say so and so present. They use them two terminology, and when you don't when they say so and so, you don't say nothing. The teacher, what she gonna do? She gonna mark you absent. So you don't believe me? Look it up. I mean, it's the absence of color. They trying to tell you you're not here. That's a foul thing to do to somebody, but that's what they did. And what I was saying before, um, that's what I was trying to say. I'm not trying to take nobody, nothing from nobody. And that man, this African American lady, she's a school teacher here in Connecticut. She said, "You're right. Be proud of what you are, but don't be saying what they tell you to say. 'Cause they just giving you titles, like they would say, Negro American, Afro American, African American, and stuff like that. You go by the tribe you come from. And some people want to be indigenous so bad they think they're gonna get some kind of reparations out of it. That's what I told them, girl. Um, you do supposed to get reparations for what happened to your ancestors. Uh, but they made sure them other people got it um, when Hitler did that to them, and they keep that story alive. When it was something about a person of color, you don't want them to hear them talk about it and stuff like that. And I don't know what's wrong with these people. Always. And it's a strange thing. You don't put a ball on nobody, but I know people of color. They like to bother one another, but you know how I see them bothering the so-called white man? But y'all scared of them, but they got y'all believing that Jesus is white. That's why everybody is scared of them. And when another person of color comes, it's like these little girls on the north end. I was going to pick up my neighbor, little girl about 15 years old. She tried to walk into my car to start a mess, but they always bothering her grandchildren in school. And that's all I said to her. Won't you watch you going? She said, F you. So I should have said I'm back because I'm an adult. I should have said an example. But sometimes you get mad, and I said F you, and then I said something else about, it, but I should have said it. But they little slutty girls, that some because they got little pubic hairs down there. They think they grown woman. They smell their own musk, and I got real angry. And there's always a person of color that I get picked at a lot by Black Americans, not all of them, but they be saying things to me like when I go to Hands on Hartford, um, 55 Bethlehem Street. It's a nice place, they go eat food and stuff. And I know a lot of them coming in as homeless and some of them is drug addicts. And when the guy asked me, did you need help? I didn't hear him. I said, huh? He said, huh, dummy. You don't talk to nobody like that. So I don't like to go in there because a lot of them don't have respect for nobody. It's like a cop. Some cops go by the book. He's one of those strict cops, like a sergeant. They go by the book. Then you have some cops that don't go by the book. Then you got some cops that's corrupt, and you got some cops that's not corrupt. So that's the same thing when people talk about one another. They enhancing bad things to happen, whether they know it or not. But the world is full of corruption and evil. Until now, people say they see their loved one. That's an angel you seeing. He might be bad or good. They know you. They can make themselves look just like somebody from your family. People say, I saw my grandmother the other day, but she knows she's deceased. So that's what they do. But people that do the same thing, they always assuming that they know everything, and they don't. And I'm getting tired of it. I had to be the mouthpiece for indigenous people because I don't see no indigenous people even talking like they not challenging the African American. I'm not saying that yeah, you do got some people that's African American and Native American, but not everybody can be that, and people that don't know their history. And they're trying, like I see people try to tell me what I'm not, and I know what I am. I speak my mother's language, not good, but I speak enough to understand. And these people always try like they indigenous people. They hear a little couple of Indian word OCO. I'm tired. They run that into the ground because that's the only word they probably know, and stuff like that. My wife can speak Cherokee fluently, and we have a Bible that's written in Cherokee. It's like Chinese people, Japanese, Korean, they all the same descended from Genghis Khan. But when he was killing and murdering everybody in his time, um, they dispersed like the indigenous people. They dispersed and went in different directions. Then the language changed. Cantonese, Mandarin, and Taiwanese, all that came. You know, when they went to different lands. When some people know now as Japanese went that way, Chinese went that way, Vietnamese people went that way. It's like a big circle, and so the language changed. A Chinese girl said she didn't even know she was descended from Genghis Khan. I said all Asian people are. Genghis Khan, he killed more people than any other people in the whole world. He was just, and his son, his grandson Kublai Khan, he was worse than him. So that's the same thing I'm talking about today. People, they don't never get enough right. They just assume things like those YouTubers. They swear that they know everything about Christian and Junior, and they be wrong. They keep putting out false information because they want to make money. And she putting money in all y'all pocket, but y'all hate her and stuff like that. Who left y'all in charge? Like y'all a bunch of wild angels, the jury and everything. And we y'all must be following bad ones. And just like I said, they keep bad mouthing this girl. Everybody on this goddamn planet is a sinner. No matter how holy you think you are, you fooling and kidding yourself. I'm a sinner. I'm not afraid to say it, but like them YouTubers, like they think they know all the laws and stuff like that, like the cop said, there's nowhere in his constitution say he got to talk to you. And y'all know that, but when they was asked that dumbass question, was the Third Amendment? There mean no soldiers in my home. Well, if you know what the Third Amendment meant, why you asking them? They don't even pertain him. So y'all sound stupid. And when they do journalism, when they say, I'm a journalist, I, I call them bootleg journalists because they don't get the story right. They just go with the first thing they want. A real journalist, that's why they hate the people that work for the Island News, even though they might work for a big corporate. So do you. You too is a big corporate. They were talking about, oh, y'all work for I work for myself. You ain't working for yourself. You on the channel, you making money, so you getting your pay too from somebody else. And the way they talk to public service, like they their personal slave, and they always put that in people's head. I wouldn't talk to nobody like that. Y'all cuss people out, journals don't do nothing like that. And when they get what they want, they still stand their little dumbasses around. I see what they do, and they don't like to give their name out because most of them got records. They criminals. That's why you see most of them have their face hidden like a ninja. You can't even see them, but they out there on the bandana and sunglasses on. That would make a person think that you look like a damn terrorist. That's why they say, "I don't ask a question." And if somebody attacked, they ask. I seen one of them get attacked, but how come he's asking the cop question down? Then, oh yeah, he attacked me. So y'all do false stuff too. But back to what I was saying, I'm very upset with what's going on. Everybody I met is a Cherokee. And DNA do help to prove who you are. Why you think when they do DNA check on a person, why they could find the person because the DNA is there for that person. And a lot of people, that's claiming something they not. Like a guy said, if you born to be a so-called black person, be that black person. People like that part of the Bible. They said people will take people's identity. That's what people do with no questions asked or no ifs and buts about it. They just go with it because they think they're getting some kind of reparation. Like a girl told me she was a black girl. She said when black people do get reparation, which it gonna happen, they're gonna stop pretending to be an Indian because they don't need to pretend to get the money no more because you're gonna have your own reparation. I mean, that's not bad. What I'm saying, this is not come from me. This come from an African American girl told me that. Yeah, that's why she get tired of her family or everybody in the family. I'm black, but I'm this and that, and they always say Cherokee because that's a well-known tribe. They don't know it's thousands of different tribes that you can pronounce and then you never even heard of. They go with that because even Chris Rock said he said if you got a black lady from down south, she's a Cherokee and stuff like that. And he said everybody is not Indian either, which they not. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just speaking out. I don't like what go on. So I'm gonna end this right now. To my Lakota brothers in their language, Many Machone, water's life, and to to my other followers, Osieho, um, and Yahweh Danadai Wado. I ain't even go tell people what I said. Uh, so everybody have a blessed day, and he stop assuming things like them journalists, well, the bootleg journalists, 'cause they assume too much and they do too much, and that's what they do is toxic. I see, they don't care about nobody but their own feelings. They don't give a damn about you. They you see how nasty they talk to you. All right, thank y'all very much. I'll talk to y'all later.